Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Ignore the delusional women. Most women are pragmatic. Ignore them because you know what? A lot of times guys be getting caught up, especially on social media, over a woman giving some impossible list for what she wanted in a man. Like some great thing, yeah, he gotta be super tall, handsome, muscular, 6 figures as a start, preferably 7 figures. No children, even though she got 3 kids by 4 men. Always a paternity fraud thing. You know, no education herself, but this dude gotta have dual degrees at the top of his profession and everything. Yeah, y'all get the point. Here's the thing. Take them for the jokes that they are. Many women out here they just not right. Sometimes you just gotta know. A psychiatrist told me one time. Sometimes somebody's saying something crazy, just nod and slowly move away. Seriously, don't get upset over them or anything. You just gotta let them be. And if they say that to you, and they say this is like somebody that. Whether you're interested in them or you just happen to be there at the moment, just say to them, okay, I respect that, and move along. Seriously, don't get mad, don't get in an argument with them. And especially if it's somebody, even if it's somebody that you want, she's telling you right there, you're not it. Respect her and move on. See, here's the thing with women. Most women are pragmatic. Yes, they have their emotional side. And that could be dominant. But when it comes down to everyday relationships, they're very pragmatic. Yeah, no matter who the woman is, yeah, they might have that fantasy, man. And if they get an opportunity. But they know that man ain't in the area. They know where they at. Like, I'm known for talking about class. Not to the level that Master Teacher BGS will talk about it with the octane level. But I talk about class as well. And I've been saying that. Most women know if they only have like a minimal education, high school at best, they living in a certain neighborhood, they better check out the guys in that neighborhood. Most will. In fact, I've known several women who've gotten married or got in relationships, and you know what? You can look at them and say this is some like fairy tale type of thing. Because first of all, especially in the lower classes, they're more pragmatic anyway. They pragmatic. They realize, you know what? There's a good guy right here. He's treating me well and stuff. We can make something work. Because many women are on that survival thing. You know, they want a mate. They may want a family. Who is the best person for them? Is pragmatic. What does he bring to the table? Now, is it perfect? No, by no means. But what is perfect out here? They pragmatic. You know, they might want children. It depends on what their needs are. It's very few women who's truly getting married for that nubious thing called love. And where I say nubious, it's simply a matter of, you know, people can't really define it. You know, people, they might feel a good lust for somebody and say it's love, and then hate that person 6 months later. But when many women deal with a guy, it's pragmatic. This is the guy in their environment. This is the guy in their social class. This is the guy who at least follows their same religion. Like most women are very practical. They're realistic. First, they look at themselves. And that includes even how they look. Let me get into that for a second. Because you get a lot of guys who say, yeah, women want this guy who look better than them. Most don't. Let me say that again. Most don't, because it makes them feel a certain way. And then women by nature want to be the pretty one in the relationship. So as long as the guy looks decent to them, they'll still deal with him. And plus he might have some other things. Of course they're going to look at the things that he don't have. That's going to be a concern, but they're also looking at the things he does have. And then they're looking at themselves. Because all women, I don't care whether she's the ugliest woman or like supermodel of the world, they're going to look at themselves. And they're going to say, okay, this is what I look like. This is what the realistic ones know they can get. They know it. All women are aware of their actual value. Yes, you do have, even the ones who want some delusional stuff. Okay, I would submit this about them real quick. I would submit this. A lot of times they're just talking. They know they're full of shit. If you hit them up privately and talk to them privately, they'll be like, yeah, I know that was some bullshit. I'm just saying it. But even then, if they want that, leave them alone. But just understand, they pragmatic. Pragmatic mean, okay, they dealing with the reality of their situation. They know what type of men they have access to, what type of men they can generally get, and what type of man who could probably do something with them. And like I said, it ain't perfect. If it was perfect, I wouldn't be doing a video on relationships. I would be letting y'all know about my next science fiction novel or something like that. But it's just the reality. Ignore it. Just deal and see, in general, you gotta, as a man, you gotta deal with pragmatic women anyway. Regardless of how y'all define love. Because the real world isn't a fairy tale. You don't want to deal with that. That's a little girl. You don't want to deal with that. A grown woman is going to be realistic. Nah, you know what? Y'all working towards something. Y'all can't be flying all over the place. That's where y'all at. You know, y'all, a pragmatic woman know, okay, you know, we want some stuff. I'm going to have to work with this man. I'm going to have to work with him. I'm going to have to be in cooperation to his operation. And indeed, for whatever she wants to do, she knows she need a man who's going to be down for what she's trying to do in life. And they going to be that way. They're going to be that way. And especially as they get older. Like the one time they might have a little bit of a fantasy. And this is like a majority. Because no matter what, there's always going to be a group, a small group that always keeping an illusion or something. Some unrealistic thing. But the majority, if they have some, it might be when they're young. But as they get older, they start dealing with guys, learning who they can deal with. They get realistic. They get realistic. They get reasonable. Now, I know a lot of guys don't see it that way. But my thing is always this. You can deal with them more. Start talking with them more. Start talking with them. And all of a sudden you'll say, oh, wait, okay, she's being reasonable. And when I say reasonable, it don't mean if you some bum or something, she gonna necessarily want to take you. You still gotta have some basics. It's like a young girl said to me one time. She wants a man who has a plan. Basically a guy, you know what, he trying to do something. It was just that simple. But she was also realistic about her, how she looked, what she presented. And she knew she couldn't ask for something like a rich supermodel. She knew that. And she was good with that. And, you know, especially you get like working class women, poor women, women lower middle class, things of that nature. Now, as they move up, they can be a little different. It can be a little different, but even with them, most of them are pragmatic. Most women. Now, the ones who are delusional, got some crazy standards, saying some crazy stuff, ease away from them. They're not right in the head. And I'm just going to be real with you. Because if you have an individual who's not dealing with the everyday realities, here's how you would challenge them if they're going to take it even further. Ask them how many times they met that man that they're describing. Like personally. Not seeing them in some, like, been in their presence, had conversations with them, even been in a relationship. Just ask them. You'll shut it down if she wants to pursue it any further after you done told her, you know, you want to move on. All right? So anyway, but the reality is most are pragmatic. And like I said, I know some guys ain't gonna believe in that. How many have you actually dealt with? Seriously. Once you start dealing with enough, you start seeing some stuff, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.